Welcome to the Red Bull Livery reveal. I'm gonna jump straight into it, unlike they did. Get excited. This is the car, as you probably all already know. It looks just what you expect it to look like. It looks like exactly the same. Oh, sorry, that's a bit loud. There's nothing different. There's literally nothing different. I wish they did what Haas did, you know? Like, just be like, yo guys, the car looks the same. I mean, Haas's car doesn't even look the same. Haas's car actually looks better. But like Red Bull's like, yeah, big launch event. Blah, 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 blah. Look at this. It's amazing. It all looks the same. Very depressing. People are like, whoa, look at that. I see. They're taking pictures with their phone because it's a Red Bull car, not because it's like a fancy new livery. There's the brother guy, the American dude. Daniel Ricciardo's like, why am I here? This woman, basically, her earrings keep whacking a microphone, so the sounds really sucked. Yeah, Christian Horner does his thing. Great livery designers did. Dude, I feel like the livery designers were all fired after the Red Bull had their cost cap stuff. I think they just were like, well, you know what, like, screw it. Cost cap, we gotta fire you. We'll just take the old cars, liveries. The sponsors were always interchangeable, but nothing's changed. The car looks the same. They just tweaked it for the sake of tweaking it. There's Bax, literally is like, I've never seen this, and it's like, it looks the same. Okay, the only thing Red Bull has going for them right now is that they were actually the first. They came first, so, you know, they can go with the logic of like, why fix something if it hasn't been broken? That's the only thing I can think of. Like, Max is like, well, our cars always look the same. Would have been sick to see the blue again. Dude, I was actually hoping for that. The only blue I'm seeing is my blue balls from this, and this blue light behind me. But yeah, that would have been cool, just to change it up, you know? Maybe they'll change it up if they stop winning again. I think right now they're like, this is the winning car, like, you know, we don't want to change the winning car. But again, the thing that makes me really bleak about this whole situation is pretty much the fact that they had this hour-long event. Well, I don't know how much of an hour-long event, and it really sucked. I mean, they announced their Ford thing, but they accidentally leaked that. So yeah, cool. Red Bull's working with Ford. How much they're actually working with Ford, who knows? Maybe Ford's just paying money, and yeah, I mean, they're doing like a little partnership. It's very cute. It's very adorable. Yeah, I really also, I hope the other teams, the cars look different and exciting. But honestly, like, if it came down to like the livery reveals, I'd be like, cool, I don't really want Red Bull to win, just so that they maybe change something up. But like, this whole event sucked. I mean, these guys that did their things. Where's that other oak? They used a bunch of like budget stuff, like from things they've already done. So that was the thing. Where's that other dude? Okay, yeah, here's that chick who's in the Olympics for something. This guy. Oh my goodness. Okay, at least the fencing guy kind of knew what he was doing. All about the money. I don't understand though. Like, this is a Red Bull event. They're not bringing in money from other people's stuff. Like, they must have spent a lot of money on this event. You know, we got these like X Game vibes. All these people from these different sports. Why are they here? You know, like, if there was an X Games event, they wouldn't bring Max Verstappen. Well, maybe they would. Nobody's gonna care about Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez at like the X Game events. They're gonna be like, well, who are those guys? You know, there'll be like a small group of people who are like, oh, this is amazing. This is not making people more excited about, you know, the other Red Bull events. I think it's just pissing people off. I'm not usually this negative. I'm just, you know, I watched this live and I sat there and I watched this and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to be like everyone else and rat on like livery reveals. It's the time for the team to do something special. But then it was just really bad. And then this poor guy.
It's a lot
this guy, oh my goodness.
Because of pretty much how spontaneous it is. I can have an idea.
The snowboarder guy, he was just so funny.
Or rail or whatever. But the second I get up to it, or I'm about to take off, I get.
It's just a big advertising thing. Well, watch this. Like, this guy landed on his head way too much. Like, way too much.
It's kind of hard to explain. It's like, so pretty much instead of using the jump, you use the landing. So like, this is the knuckle pretty much. And
do you need to use my hand to explain it?
So
no, he's touching your hand.
But you take off right here instead, and like this gives you a little pocket of air, or not air, but like you can manipulate.
Oh, the cringe. She's also like, hey, look, I'm married. Let me show you that, like, I'm married, so don't touch my hand too much. That's why she gave her left hand.
Okay, and now please tell us about the sliding tour, an event that you created to promote inclusion and aims to make the mountain more
Cringe.
colorful.
So slide and tour.
Dude, I love the
Red Bull
cringe.
Gave me the opportunity to pretty much give some energy back to the East Coast. That's where snowboarding started, so it's birthplace. A lot of events are like all over the world, and we're on the West Coast.
I have to show this.
There's not much energy on the East Coast, so we pretty much go to mountains, shoot, film on rails, jumps, and invite all the people, like all the locals, to come snowboard with us. It's pretty cool.
This guy needs to wear a much stronger helmet next time he goes snowboarding.
It's pretty cool because it gave me this niche that I didn't know I had, which is just riding with a lot of people, and oh my gosh, it gave me this niche of pretty much inviting. It's like it welcomes people to.
People are just built to freaking take the cringe. She's even dying. Did you see that nod?
like-
Wait, did you see that nod? That
much-
like, it's so hard. She's not. She's like, you can do this. You can do
it's
this.
Like, pretty much getting
Involved with the sport.
Yeah. Like,
Oh no, you've just
kids,
thrown
you
off
know,
his
come
thought
out.
train.
It's like you just make them feel welcome.
I feel so bad for this guy.
It's not really just a session for us. It's a session for them.
Shame.
Like pretty much, we just have as much fun as possible.
He must feel
and
so
those
bad.
nations are really
Like
involved
I feel
with
really.
it,
I
and,
feel sad for
it's
him
a lot
now.
of fun.
Sounds great. And now
Yeah. Let's not listen to Miss Earball Jingler. Yeah, those were the highlights, really. Christian Horner is just being Christian Horner. This woman's earrings were like throughout the whole show. Her earrings were smacking against her little Britney Spears mic. So that was a thing. Yeah, too many head landings does do that to someone. They didn't even ask him about F1. They asked him about what he does. Like, what is his special things that he's doing? Like, the whole point of you being here is actually to talk about yourself, and you messed that part up as well. So that was very interesting. A shame. I do feel bad for him. Poor dude. I don't know. Like, Red Bull Livery, I wish they just released it on Twitter. It would have saved them a lot of money. It would have been a lot less cringe. They could have just been like they could have just done a mic drop, like, you know, drop the new livery or the new livery and just say, like, you know, and have the caption like, we don't need to change the winning solution or something like that. I don't know. Some marketing thing. They could have done a hard, like, this made me respect Haas's decision to do the typical Twitter thing, no event thing way more. Like, I'm like, whew, you go, Haas. You didn't waste everybody's time. You told them you're going to reveal a thing. You revealed the thing. You got to the point. It was great. Meanwhile, Red Bull's like, they took 45 minutes. More than 45 minutes. Yeah, no. 45. I think 45 minutes. Yeah, pretty much 45 minutes in. That's when they did this. Out of an hour. Like, they wasted our time for, like... I guess the other cool highlight was the doodle guy. Let me find that. Yeah, that's over here somewhere. We don't need all this but money. But the money is like, who's giving them money? Like, the sponsors on the cars are giving money. So do things about the sponsorship event, not the Red Bull. Like, they're just advertising Red Bull. I don't know. I'm confused. This is the doodle thing. So they're like, cool, look at our cool little thing. I thought, like, wow, we're going to get a white livery. That'll be cool. But no, it's just this random, like, guy that's on a lot of crack and drawing and painting things. He's like, no, my paint's leaking. The horror. And he does this cool thing, makes the car look really cool. And Red Bull's like, we found a way to make some money here. He looks pretty awkward just lying down on the floor and painting this car. He even painted the floor. Like, it's not going to look like that after you drive the car away. I mean, it's cool. That was cooler than the rest of the show. Everything else, yeah, that would be really cool if they did do that. Everything else was really nothing compared to this. Like, so basically the reveal consisted of, like, mostly reused marketing, like, footage that they, like, released last year. And the thing is, they could do that because the livery is exactly the same. So they're like, cool, we save money on not having to record new stuff. Like, all that American, like, trip from, like, Manhattan to Manhattan thing, like, they just, like, reused a bunch of stuff that they did, like, with, you know, promoting the US Grand Prix last year. And with Perez to Mexico and all that stuff, you know, like, they just changed things around, you know. They took Christian Horner's, like, you are world champion from Max in America, even though he became world champion in Japan because he couldn't, like, they couldn't figure it out. It's just very cringe. And then, but then they had that cool doodle thing, and that cool doodle thing was pretty cool. I mean, it was nice. Like, the guy's talented. Bit of a slap in the face to be like, we're waiting for the livery reveal. Then 20 minutes in, you give us not the livery, you just give us a red Bull car style thing and then make us wait another 20 minutes. Yeah, F1 to push how far they can design the livery. I think, yeah, it's just a thing here. It's not their priority. Their priority is just to make space for the sponsors, really. Well, I mean, Haas has Haas has shown that they have space for more sponsors. Like, that's pretty much what their reveal was like. Okay, yeah, and then the other things about this thing that made it cringe were, yeah, they're interviewing people that don't know anything about F1. And they're just like, yeah, how's this thing about being Red Bull? At least, like, as far as I can remember, Mercedes, like, all their interviews were people, like, to look out for in motorsport. Like, these people are, like, people who might be in F1 one day kind of vibes. They were, like, kids, but, like, they were, like, you know... That's what I remember from last year. But the thing is, like, last year's livery reveal was a lot more exciting, mostly because we had the new cars. So we were like, oh, what's the new car design gonna be? Is anyone gonna give away their car? Like, are they gonna not? And then Aston Martin like did the really cool thing by showing them what a slow car would look like. This year, everyone's like, obviously they don't want to show the car things, the little changes to regulation stuff. Like, it's not gonna change that much, so it's not gonna be as exciting. That's that. I don't think there's anything else to really cover in this. Again, it's just back to the car, I guess. It looks exactly the same as we would expect. Yeah, the Ford guy, also they're there. There was supposed to be a big reveal, like, oh, we're working with Ford, but then F1 just posted like the night before, like, yo, they're working with Ford, and everyone's like, what are you doing? Our big reveal now, nobody's gonna watch the stream. No. At least last year, you know, they were like, we're gonna be Oracle Red Bull Racing, and that was actually pretty cool. It was like, wow, we have Oracle now instead of, I guess just they replaced Honda, right, with like Oracle. So that was the thing.